thought I would make another video regarding what's taking place in this realm of existence that we're living in. The programs. How many times have I said the word program? I'm repetitive. It's because the same programs go on every day, every week, every month, every year. It's a cycle. And they do not allow you to grow or develop in any way. You must focus on the mindset that you have. You must be seeking some kind of higher intelligence. And when I say that, be at your optimal self. What's given to you causes a lot of damage in this world that we see. Right now, the sky is completely covered in chemtrails. It's a complete layer. It's probably a quadruple layer, several layers. I don't know how many layers, but it's just filth of chemicals, all types of chemicals. See, they're doing experiments. That's what the world that we're in right now. It's crazy experiments and no balance. It's just trying different things out and doing all these wild and uncertain experimentations. What can happen from that? A lot of damage, a lot of harm, a lot of unpredictability. It's extremely serious to know what's taking place around us, the beings in charge, those who work for the government, those who take orders, because they're the ones carrying out these duties. And it's becoming more of a problem, and I've always said it's just gonna escalate more and more. You can't expect to be sustainable when you're eating processed food all the time, when you're ingesting these microwave frequencies consistently without trying to do anything to cleanse out your system, without trying to do anything to operate at a higher frequency that's going to bring balance to you. Because if you don't do that, you're going to get sick, you're going to die at some point, and you'll get injured, you have all kinds of problems. And do you really want that? The system seeks nothing but to drain your energy, to steal as much energy as it possibly can. And to be aware of that is everything. To be aware of what they're trying to do is everything. To be aware that these chemicals in the sky are not an accident. It's not just randomly there by God, or just trust that everything is how it is. That's just how it is, and that's how it's supposed to be. How can that be? If it wasn't for that crazy operation that they're doing, just putting all these resources, insane amount of resources, putting in so much work and effort just to spray the sky for a few weeks, to cover the entire sky where it's completely covered. Do you know how much effort and work and determination that it takes from them, and money and effort, like so much energy that goes into that? And for what? For it to be covered for a week, to make it colder or make it rain a little bit, for it to eventually dissipate and the sky's clear again, so they can do it all over again and put in so much work. See, they're working hard. They're working extremely hard to create all these blockages and distractions to keep your mind occupied on the bullshit, so you will not advance. They're working extremely hard. I'm not a part of that. But there are those who will take orders because they conform, and we have a problem. These beings who are taking orders, these are enemies. This is a problem, because that's an act of war. That's an act of terrorism on this earth. I mean, think about it. The trees, they suffer. So they're bringing terror. They're bringing imbalances, whatever you want to call it, to this realm. I mean, just think about how I could literally show you how damaged this realm is. You know? Filth everywhere. See, look. If you look up, yeah, it's nothing but chemicals. You can see right above me. I'll open this up for a second. You see that? That's nothing but chemicals. And the education system, not once, explains that this is going on. What does it do instead? It feeds you all kinds of toxic shit. You know, the foods that they give you, the water's contaminated. This is what they give you, instead of teaching you that they're just absolutely poisoning the sky. And they will expect you to go to the workforce and not question a thing, to go to these cubicles or these office spaces. And, you know, and they think that this is sustainable. So this is why I do this. This is why I create videos like this. Because it's the science of spraying the sky completely. You know, it leads to a detrimental effect where it's going to heat up even more, because when you put all those chemicals and metals and all these other, whatever they're putting up in the sky, it's eventually going to heat up and it's going to become unbearable. And, you know, people really don't give a shit, I'm telling you. All these workers that you see on the side of the road who are just conforming and not really thinking about what's going on, that's a huge problem. And I think that the main thing that we have to do is to educate them. And you know, honestly, if I was in charge, I would ban certain chemicals. I would not allow certain things to happen. But that's the world we're living in, and I'm telling you how extremely serious it is that this is going on. And you must focus on whatever you're doing. Make sure that you are balancing yourself out, whether it's drinking enough fruit juice. You know, you got to stay hydrated. Fruits will hydrate you. If you're not getting some of this hydration, you're going to be imbalanced. And a lot of it is, if you're eating processed food all the time, it's a long-term effect. The exposure to this long-term is detrimental. This is serious, because you know, I've already said why. I've explained so many videos, done everything I possibly can for the most part. Some of you got to step it up. Some of you need to think differently, because they're able to get away with this because the people are programmed. I'm one person. There are some awakened beings out here, but at the end of the day, if the entire masses are conforming and are doing all this, that's how they get away with it. But there comes a time where everything that you see in the infrastructure, what they're getting away with, spraying the sky, putting all these processed fast food restaurants all over the place, putting all these chemicals all over chemicals that destroy the trees. Whatever damage the pharmaceutical industry, and pharmakeia literally means protecting the poisoned water. You know, and they continue to get away with this and get away with it and get away with it for years and years and years. And they'll continue to work as hard as they can to get away with it for as long as they possibly can, until that moment of impact where it's the last possible moment and they had all the time to give up and surrender and just stop doing what they're doing, but they decided not to, And because they decide to keep going and keep going, it's going to be worse for them in the end. It's going to be detrimental for them in the end. And we will see the realm healed, and we will see those who partake in evil fall and be destroyed because they had the chance. They wanted to do evil. They wanted to control this world with all their diabolical plans. They wanted to conform to it. And they will fall. And those who are righteous will rise, and we will obliterate them. They think we're weak. They think we're soft. They think they're all so powerful. They're bringing wreckage to this earth, destroying everything, and they will die. They will fall. And that's exactly what they deserve. There's no mercy. There's no compromise. They had their chances. And if they want to surrender now, if they want to stop doing what they're doing now, they can. But they're not on that trajectory, and it's getting closer, and they don't have much time. The entire program that we see today will soon to not be, and there will be new programs